What's good, people? So with the entire backlog of Grand Arena out of the way, I can get on to what a lot of people were waiting for. More raid guides, and this one actually has footage that's been sent in by my friend Ms. Kitten. She's from Black Sun Schwartz and has a really awesome Shaaktrooper team. This is something I've actually been wanting to showcase for a while. I've had this footage, been sat on it for maybe a week or two now, and I know there's a couple of teams. A lot of people run this in just phase 2. There's actually like a super team that's capable of doing like 60 million plus in other phases, but I don't actually know the exact strategy for that one just yet, so that's something I'm working on. This one is actually going to run through phase 1 all the way through most of phase 2. How far you get will depend on just how relics your team are, but the fact is this team can do some crazy damage, like 34, 35, 36 million. You can probably push it a little further because those scores are being done with like relic 2s and such. So without any further ado, we're going to get on with this video. I'm going to show you the mods and every kind of thing you're going to need to do for this team. The mechanics are very, very simple, not complicated to do, and it's really, really going to help you take those top 10 spots. Let's do this! Okay, first things first, tenacity up straight away on Rex. What this allows and actually prevents is the really, really annoying debuff and will allow us to actually attack with all our basic attacks. As you know, when you usually hit a basic, you get a debuff, and then any hit with that character following that's another basic will actually heal Nihilus. This doesn't happen if you have tenacity up and you're able to just spray all these huge assist attacks, and that's exactly what we need to be doing. Anytime you have Shaak and you can call someone, call in Sergeant. He's going to gain extra 50% TM if you've got him modded correctly so that he's always critting. That keeps the damage going. You don't need speed on Clone Sergeant either. Go all out for offense, crit damage and crit chance. Just want to have him hitting as hard as possible. We've got to tune up the rest of the guys in order to basically just be as quick as they can. This will allow Rex to really get his special going, and he's going to do some big numbers. You see right away, get the big assist attack on and continue to spray. Obviously Echo is also going to assist on those basics, which is really handy. Right, tenacity up again and repeat. Big old power shot, nice damage there. Get rid of all those buffs. Always handy having that special of Echo. Once again, call Sergeant and repeat. So it's really simple. There's not like some convoluted turn order you have to do, some really special attack order, or any fancy way to mod them. It's pretty much as they always are. Kind of make 5s a bit tanky but quick. Rex just got to be fast so we can get tenacity up off as often as possible, and obviously get more access to his big damage special. Shaak, quick again because you just want to constantly call in all these assists. All about damage on Sergeant and all about crits and damage on Echo, because obviously he's going to be attacking a lot as an assist. So really want to maximize that. And that's kind of all there is to it. Now we just kind of wear down Nihilus as is happening. In comes Sarge once again. Hopefully Echo can get rid of that buff shortly because we're taking unnecessary damage. There we go. Away goes that debuff, and we're able to just spray away once again. I actually used to use a similar strategy in the very early days. I'm talking like the first month of the Sith Raid. I used to use a Rex and Rebel team. Rex wasn't leader or anything. I used to run, I think it was like Luke, Han, maybe Wedge and Biggs or something like that, and I'd plug Rex in for the tenacity up, allowing me to constantly spray all those extra attacks. And it was good fun. It used to do pretty good damage for its time anyhow. Wouldn't hold up these days. But fortunately, this team has come along and has pretty much built on the idea. All these reworks that we've had on these clones, and obviously Shaak's inclusion in the game has really ramped up the clones. And I mean, this is the damage this puts out right up there with Jedi. So that's pretty crazy, because a lot of people, they like their clones and they want to invest, but they don't want to go this far. You're going to need to for Caddy Monday anyway, but this... having another purpose for it in the Sith Raid, I think is just awesome. You're going to really be able to take those top ranks as well. Really unlucky to lose 5s there, but not important. We can actually still carry on and do huge damage. So you can just imagine how big it would be had 5s stayed alive. Tenacity up, get rid of the buffs. Oh no, choose not to. Ah, yeah, I see. He had the Annihilate. My bad. I actually completely overlooked that. That's one of those things you don't want to do what I did in. You don't overlook that. Really pay attention to that because you don't want your clones being killed off. That was always a really annoying thing to time back in the original days of the Heroic Sith Raid. That used to drive me mad. But I mean, yeah, Nihilus is all but done here. This is a case of just a couple more attacks, a few more full turns across the team, and he'll be gone, and we'll be on to Scion, where things get a lot easier. I mean, this is really, really simple, but I mean, we don't have any surprise mechanics to look out for when it comes to Scion. He just hits you and makes you hit harder. That's kind of all there is to it. All right, down to 4%. Power shot, and boom, look at that. Over 4% damage in a single shot by Rex. Madness. If you had told me he had hit that hard in the future, back when I used to use Rex in like, what, 2017, 2018 in Arena, I would not have believed you. Very excited to see that though. Rex, one of my favorite characters. Right, it is time for Darth Sion. When he's kind of done impersonating Anakin and kneeling down. Let's do this. Right, here we go. Very, very easy, just as it was before. We're just going to spray attacks. It's that simple. Don't worry about clearing pain and suffering and all that off yourself. Just go ham. All out offense now. There's no need for anything fancy here. It's just all about Rex is going to do those big damage, call all the assists. Echo is going to be assisting as well. And that's kind of it. Really a case of, right, we've got this long until he enrages and kills us off. Let's just go all out and get as much on the board as possible. So the better your mods are, the better your score is going to be. And obviously the higher your relic as well. I see she's taken out all the sides. Though to be fair, I mean, AoE damage is probably going to do that anyway from Sergeant. It will depend where you are, of course. If you're going to try this with like a gear 12.3 Sergeant, it's going to be slightly different. But I believe hers is like relic 5, 6, something like that. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I've got the mod part coming up afterwards, and I'll go over that, and we'll see the relic levels in there. But obviously, this has been something people have been using gradually as they bring their clones up in power. All right, time to swarm. Lots of damage on the board. Already nearly 6% done. It's amazing how much damage this team can do. And it's quite exciting because obviously, like most people, I'm building them right now. My Rex has always been good, and obviously my 5s has had to be good for the Negotiator meta. But yeah, Sergeant's been that clone of mine that's been left way behind, and I'm bringing him up now. I think it's those golden eyeballs that are holding things up. Same case with most people, right? It's one of those annoying gears that everybody needs. All right, nearly 10%. Ooh, that's getting a little bit uncomfortable. Fortunately, there's a lot heal on this team, so a lot heal and a lot to counter. Even his basics doing 30k. Warming up for that next big super shot, the old Rex nuke. There we go. Swarm. I mean, that isn't really necessarily going to help the team a great deal. The tenacity up this time. There we go. Sarge spraying hard. 90k shots. Here we go. Super shot. Not quite as effective as it was against Nihilus, but still can't even speak. Still some good damage there. I'm thrown off by the sheer number this team are doing. 16% now. Almost. How close are we to Enrage? Was that 5 or 8? I can't quite see from here. Watching it on a really shrunken down preview screen, so... Alright, come on, Sergeant. Double tap there. And an extra one, which then calls Echo as well. I'm really curious how this will do at lower end. Like, say your whole team are 12.5 or simply just got to 13. They haven't even got relics yet. Something like that. I'm curious what this team would top out on. I imagine you would just have to go in a little bit later on Nihilus. because the mechanics should still be exactly the same against Scion. You're never really in that much danger. But obviously your score's not going to be as high. But imagine if you went in on the last 5% or so on Nihilus instead of the last 25, you'd probably be alright. I'm actually going to give it a go on the upcoming raid in my guild, so that should be interesting. I'll report my results. I'll stick up on my Twitter or something. Be sure to follow me at NeevyOfficial125. So we're nearly at 25%. And that's on top of the damage we've already done to Nihilus. Nice. Could be another double. No, he only gets a single attack there. Not quite enough TM. We should call Rex that time. Interesting. Evidently just experimenting. So I couldn't see any particular reason to do so. Oh, look at that damage. But he is getting close. Very, very close to Enrage now. So I'll be curious how long the team survive once he hits it. I can't imagine very long. Yeah, nowhere near enough turn meter already on the board. Who's coming this time? Rex again, okay. Excellent counter attack there, lots more damage. And look at that, Sag just takes out the entire minion squad. Sion's little boy band is completely gone. Super shot. Oh, 55% remaining. We are right at the end though. That must have been on 8, that cooldown, that I couldn't see clearly from where I'm sat. And I was still calling Rex. Actually, I'm not 100% sure why she's opting to do that. If someone might have spotted why that's happening. But I haven't, because obviously Sag was hitting like 90k. Oh, and there we go. The whole team are dropping. We're going to get one more attack in. Yeah, fortunately, and done. 34 million. And that's not even her best run. So let's have a quick look at the mods and the relics. We've got relic 4 here. So what's her speed at? Let's have a look. 150. My word. Okay. Yeah. Best arena mods then. But you won't need to be exactly this fast to be able to do great damage. 159 on Rex. Relic 3. So at least a 7 wasn't required there. 7 on Echo. Got a good bit of speed on him, but obviously priority there is really just the damage. Don't worry too much about the speed on Echo. 5 is Relic 7 as well. Fortunately not as fast, 121, that's quite achievable if you've been playing this long. If you've got that many relics, generally you will have mods around that ability. And Sergeant, Relic 7, you're going to feel that one. Only 14 on speed, because again, he's just about damage, so that's not all that important. And that's it. You can see how simple that was. It's just a case of getting your tenacity up on your whole team. That way you're not going to be hammered by debuffs, and then Nihilus isn't going to regain all his protection. So you're able to just swarm him from that point, attack with whatever you really want to do. Doesn't really matter what move is used, just get as much damage on the board as quickly as possible. The more damage you can do, the earlier you can go in on Nihilus, and then carry on through to Scion. If you're really lucky, you'll get there with the full team. Even if you don't get the full team, you can still see that huge damage is done when you've only got 4 members of your squad. Once you get to Scion, don't worry about clearing the pain and suffering or whatever it's called. Just swarm him again. Just get as much damage on the board as quick as possible before he eventually enrages and overwhelms you and kills you. And that's it. Awesome team. God mods not required. Just the stronger you are, the more damage you'll do. So give this a shot. Let me know what you think. Leave any comments below if you've got any questions. Me or Ms. Kitten can actually get back to you. You know I reply to pretty much everybody as long as they're not just being completely toxic. So you will get a reply when I can get round to it. I do tend to get quite a few comments. Hopefully this helps you guys out and you can get a little bit higher on those leaderboards, especially if you've invested in this awesome team. So until next time, guys, we out of here.